We're live. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it's always a surprise.
Hello, and we got special guests.
Hey, hey.
Hello,
Welcome to
guys.
RCTV, where we believe that everyone can learn to have epic relationship skills. Our main question to you would be, what do you believe?
Yes, so good.
So welcome, Carlos and Chantel,
So
special guests here in home, literally. So
Yeah.
this
Love
is
being
awesome.
here. Thanks for having us.
And we're going to ask them a question that was submitted to us to answer. And since we learned from this couple, everything we know, we learned from them, or they at least enhanced it, what we already did know. So I'll just hop right into the question if we can. Get positioned here.
Yeah, get cozy.
All right. So we had one listener submit this question. How do you meet people at a later stage in life? Online dating has been mostly unproductive, rarely leading to an actual date or meetup, but just recently it has improved.
Okay, so what's the question?
How to meet people at a later stage in life? Online dating has been mostly unproductive, rarely leading to an actual date or meetup.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it could split it into how to meet people in a later stage of life, whereas other eligible singles are not as prevalent, maybe, compared to the younger ones. And then how to make online dating a productive thing. We have lots of frustration coming from even people that are paying for it to level up. But yeah.
So first, I think I love studying questions, and the first thing is how they ask the question. You can tell a lot. So they said, how do I meet somebody later in life? I automatically know they're later in life. And I automatically know that they're using that as a scapegoat or an excuse. So that would be my first thing is like, first of all, you do not have to have an excuse. You can tell those lies to go away, right? Because that's what it is. It's a lie. It's an excuse, a well-planned lie. Yeah. So you want to get rid of it. That's the first thing is you're not later in life. If you say you are, you are. So it's important to figure it differently. But what I would say to that person, first and foremost, is reinvent yourself. Become new. Be renewed today. Like, know that you're renewed. And if you are later in life, it's because you feel like you're late. Like, there's so much to unpack even in that whole phrase, right?
Yeah.
So first of all, you need to not feel like you're late to the game.
So basically,
renew.
Late, counting oneself as later at a later stage in life is relative.
Yeah. I mean, again, later than what?
Yeah.
You know, if you would have came to me and said, when you first got started, Jesse, with us a couple of years ago, little 2.5 years ago now, right?
Two plus. 2.5 since we met.
If you would have said that I'm too late, like, then it would have shut the door. Like, that's closing the door already. I'm too late. So I'm later in life. Automatically, they've already shut a door. They've shut a door. They've shut a window. So we have to first ask a better question. If that's your question, or if you've asked similar questions, right? You're already closed, right? What do I do when I'm late? Well, you're done. Like, you've already answered your own question. So a better question is one that will open me up. And I'm asking the question because I want to receive something. Yes. Don't ask a question with an excuse because you've already closed the door, right? You're like, I'm too late. You already grabbed a hold. You can fight. You can say, I'm ready to fight you for that excuse. Or you can say, I'm holding on to that excuse and I'm not letting go of it, which is all true.
Yeah.
And so you came to me when you first came and you're like, man, I'm ready. I'll do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Like, just tell me what to do. Please help me. I need help. And you were open and ready and willing, and you did it. And that's why you have an epic relationship.
And I recognize that I detached my excuses from my identity. And that's why I was able to move forward, is as long as oftentimes excuses are almost always tied into our identity. Yeah. And that's what we fight for. And when the excuse is tapped, it feels personal to people. And I like completely approached you two with like, I don't know a thing.
That's right.
I don't know. I don't have a clue.
I just want to be a
and yet I knew what I knew, but I didn't approach you with, I know this, and this. I was like, hit me. What I've been doing hasn't worked for 40 years, so let's try something different.
I think that you nailed it right there. Attaching your identity to your excuses.
Mhm.
How many people are doing that in every? I mean,
Yeah.
so even going into the online dating thing, right?
Mhm.
I mean, it doesn't matter where you go. It's
Mhm.
still your excuse,
Yeah.
right? So it's that identity attachment.
Yeah.
Because
So-
for us, were in the later
That's
stage
right.
of our lives.
I was 40 when I got married.
Yeah, 43. So a lot of people say it's already later. And
Yeah.
we both met online.
Yeah.
So, there's so many
That's right.
there's so many
Yeah.
places. Online dating doesn't have to be dating websites or dating apps. There's so many areas.
So the only thing we did,
communities.
Mhm.
the only thing we really did to get married at a so-called later stage in life was we leveled up on our skills by discovering what we
Mhm.
don't know.
Yeah.
So good.
Well, and I think what is the next level that you did, right? You figured out your mission, your
Mhm.
vision, and where you could align yourself.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So when we look at, an online platform or whatever the case, whether
Mhm.
it's, surrounding yourself with a meetup group or community,
Yeah.
identifying your identity first, minus the excuses,
Right.
Love it.
will position you in a place where you can
Mhm.
actually be open.
That's right.
Yeah.
So ready to
Receive,
receive. Ready to
right?
receive.
Yeah.
So that's why when I said
That's
that
so
renew,
good.
instead of saying, what can I do on Light to Life, say, how can I
Mhm.
renew my identity? That's a better
Yeah.
a question, right?
Yeah.
Better question to where you're open. I'm ready to receive something new. How can I renew my identity to where I don't feel like I'm late to life,
So-
that I'm late to the program.
So in other words, instead of only asking the question, what can I do? Either replace it with or add to that question, who can I become or what can
That's
I
right.
become?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Very
Exactly.
good.
Do versus becoming,
Mhm.
obviously we need both
Yeah.
to some degree, but
It's
if
an
it's
action.
just all about doing and not becoming, that's for us, that's a recipe for frustration.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because I've already done everything correctly. Why isn't it working for me?
Yeah.
It's because usually when it's something that you're a correct action that you're taking isn't working, it's because we need to work on the identity.
That's so good.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
true. So true.
And
So true.
I would say too is that a lot of people do it themselves
Yeah.
and they don't actually know what to do.
Right.
And they
Yeah,
think
there's
they've done
no
everything.
example. Like again, I'll give you that. You've not had that. That's an excuse, but it's truth too, in the sense of you don't know what you don't know if you've
Yeah.
never experienced it or been around people that have experienced it or
Right.
have the skills,
Yeah.
right? And that's the thing that we have to always overcome with people is getting them first to understand that connection and relationship communication are skills.
Mhm.
They're skills.
Mhm.
You have to learn them just like you have to learn to be an NBA player, an NFL player, a professional athlete. If you
Yeah.
want to be good at this and you want to have epic relationship, you got to learn the skills that it
Mhm.
takes to get there.
So how to make the time spent on social dating apps more productive? I would love to for all of us to at least add our top one. Mine it comes back to, well, obviously the greater the investment, the higher the quality pool of
Yeah.
people you're going to have. Like if you're paying $100 a month, I don't know if any of that costs that much, but let's just imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to have a bunch of cheapskates on there that aren't serious.
Mhm.
And the cheaper the price or the more free it is, the more you're going to have
Oddballs.
oddballs that you're going to have to
Then
do a
you know
lot
what
of
the
stuff.
priority is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
quite frankly, right?
I mean, there are definitely some good platforms out there, and it comes back to my value of myself.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Again, going back to identity, if I value myself, I'm willing to pay more, but also my identity and the things that I'm asking and questions are going to show that I value myself.
Yeah.
So then it's like, if I'm valuing myself, then how am I even describing myself? Not to be fake, but it's about my identity again. If
Yeah.
because you attract who you are, that's just the truth. So you got to own that. So if you're attracting strange people, it's maybe because you're presenting strange things or you're presenting in a strange way. So if you want to get better results, you need to figure out what does it look like for me to become better? And then what questions can I ask myself, or what can you learn? What can you grow in to level you up as a person so that you attract better people as well? It's just truth.
And ultimately, it is a numbers game.
It is.
I mean,
Yeah,
in
I
a
mean,
practically.
I would say that, like anything, having some sort of a free pregame,
Yeah.
right? And identifying, what do I want? What kind of
Mm.
questions would
That's right.
pull things out of me?
Yeah.
And then have that available to ask those kind of questions for somebody else, because those
Yep.
are the things that are a priority for you and what means something to you that
Mhm.
will cause an alignment in your mission and your vision
Mm.
and your future. It's what you are choosing to create,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right? So
Yeah.
a pregame, you can't just really, you're wasting your money if you're just hopping on a site and flailing
With no
around.
Yep.
plan, yeah.
Right?
That's
I mean,
right.
if you are intentional and you
So good.
know what you want and you can create it,
Mhm.
then
Map it
you
out.
map it out. You
That's
map
right.
it out.
So
you
good.
you know
Yeah.
you can't ask the questions that to get that fullness
Mhm.
if you're not prepared,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You have to prepare for it.
This ties in perfectly. Recently, I've been being mentored by a 100 millionaire plus. He's on his way to be a billionaire, and personal connection, intimate relationship with this man, Abraham Gray. You guys can look him up. Good friend of mine, and super powerful. I said, if you could give one thing and only one thing for someone to help them to be successful in any aspect of life, not even just money, but in life, what would you say to them? And he says, a plan.
Mhm. Yeah.
A plan. Create a plan. So again, your plan's obviously not working. I'm just saying because of the question. So it's important to understand, find people who know how to create the plan.
Yeah.
Mentorship. That's where this comes in. You've got some professionals here that would love to work with you. We'd love to work with you. We all work together as a family and a community.
Mhm.
And we truly believe that you can create an epic relationship.
Mhm.
We believe that. And so it's time for you to level up. But sometimes you got to have the people that have done it, have the skills, have the understanding that can lead by example.
Yeah.
And that's what's important, to see it, not just to experience it with us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I would
So
add
good.
to it also is that, when you, as Chantal said, when you know what you want and you know what you want to create, then you know what kind of person you're looking for.
Yeah,
And
so
then
good.
you can go and attend the groups
That's right.
where those
Yep.
people are by interests, right? If you
Mhm.
know your priorities and you know that maybe faith is your priority or entrepreneurs are your priority, or I would say the top of the list qualities, right?
Right.
You go to the groups that will have that, right?
Yes.
There are a lot of groups on Facebook even. There are a lot
That's
of
true.
meetup groups in person where you can go and meet up, right?
Mhm.
And also, we have groups obviously that we lead.
Well,
so
and I would say too, it's strategy.
Strategy, yeah,
The plan
absolutely.
has to do with strategy, and it has to do with specific questions. And we
Yeah.
definitely have
yeah,
lists of questions and things that definitely move you along quicker.
yeah,
And that's what this comes down to, is when you have the proper mentorship
yeah,
and the proper people to help you and
Mhm.
lock arms with you, you get grafted in so you can get the fruit
So
much
true.
quicker.
Yeah.
You can find the answers out there on YouTube. You can find the answers in different places. However, if you want to lock arms with someone, you can get the fruit much, much faster,
Mhm.
because we'll bring you the information, the questions, the skills, and things that will get you there much, much faster.
absolutely. And I would say too, for us, that was that.
Mhm.
Because I came in thinking I know a lot. I've been through a lot of coaching. I've done a lot of self-development. I got this, right? You give me 5 steps and I got it.
So organized
Right?
information, organized information with a plan,
Yeah.
strategy, and accountability.
Yes.
So good.
That's what we bring to the table
Yeah.
with all of the information you could already get on Google or YouTube. We can
Mhm.
save you time.
That's right.
We've already done the searching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For us, it was so much quicker, and we are here now, 2 years into our marriage,
Yeah,
and
It's so good.
so different and so beautiful. So you don't have to wait for 10 years. You don't have to wait for even a year.
Yeah. So anyhow, we are getting to our closing time. So
Ooh,
you
nice.
want to
Yeah.
close it for us? with any final
With
comments
prayer?
or thoughts?
We
With
can close it with prayer.
a goodbye.
Yes, actually, I would love to bless you right now and also encourage you and tell you that it is in your hands. Whatever you want to create is in your hands. And just know that the life you're living right now, it is creation of your own hands right now, of your own thoughts, on your own beliefs. So you need to shift your belief to change your life. And when you do, as Carlos started with that too, is that you need to shift a lot of beliefs in life to also know that you are worthy of having those beautiful, epic marriages, heaven and earth marriages, relationships. It's not just about the marriage, it's about relationship, right?
Yeah.
So just wanted to bless you with that. Come back and watch more videos that we do. Jesse and Irina Kaufman for Radical Connections TV, Peculiar Sanctuary, Carlos and Chantel Campos. Watch them as well. And you're going to have a lot of tools from us. But they said, however, locking arms and be grafted in with mentorship is the faster road to go, even if it's with another person, whoever that person is for you.
Mhm.
So we bless you. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Awesome.